Hey guys, this is Goku, and on this channel we talk about poker and ideas that can improve your life. So if you're interested in that, please go ahead and click the subscribe button because I'll be honored to have you here. In this video, we'll discuss the check raise. It's a powerful play and it'll make your opponents fear you, but only if you're using it correctly. So, let's get right into it. Check raise is a play you make when you're out of position and you check with the intention of raising when your opponent bets. You can use this play either for value or as a bluff. Let's first discuss the check raise bluff. I don't recommend using it during your first couple thousand of hands, as it's an advanced play and you should have decent experience before you start using it. In general, you should pick spots where you're heads up and you feel that your opponent either has a weak hand or that he has a medium strength hand but is likely to fold it if you check raise. You should definitely only use it occasionally, as it's a very expensive play when it fails, but using it rarely will allow for more of your value check raises to get called. You can also check raise as a semi-bluff when you have a draw, and I think most of your bluff check raises should be semi-bluffs, as then you at least have a chance of hitting the best hand when the play doesn't work and you get called. Let's examine an example of a bluff check raise. You raise with 8-9 suited and an aggressive player on the button calls you, and the flop comes Ace King 3. You know that the player on the button calls with a wide range of hands there, and you know that he will bet most of the time if you check to him. You don't think he could have strong aces there, as he would have re-raised them most of the time pre-flop. You think that the only strong hands in his range could be pocket threes and ace 3 suited, maybe king 3 suited, but you don't think he's this loose. You think that he perceives you as a tight aggressive player and that he will respect your check raise enough to fold all of his kings and threes and also most of his aces, so you check with the intention of check raising. He bets and you raise. He folds. Now let's go over check raising for value. You use this play when you made a big hand out of position and are quite sure that at least one of your opponents will bet if you check. It's a very good play because when your opponent is strong too, it allows you to build a significantly bigger pot, and when he's weak, it allows you to extract this one bluff out of him. So when you want to check raise for value, you should make sure your opponent is an aggressive player and is very likely to bet if you check. You should also definitely make sure the board is not too wet, because if there are draws that could beat you, you cannot risk giving a free card. Let's examine an example of a value check raise. You raise with pocket deuces in the early position and the cutoff, which is an aggressive player, calls. So does the small blind. The flop comes king, queen, deuce. Small blind checks and you check as well with the intention of check raising. The cutoff bets 1500, small blind falls and you raise to 4500. The cutoff re-raises all in, you call, he shows king queen and you win the pot. So to sum up the check raise, it's a powerful tool to have at your disposal. It represents great strength. Using it will make your opponent think harder when you check to them, because you'll be more unpredictable. Your opponents will not bluff you as much, as they'll know you can't be pushed around easily. You'll be able to extract more value with your strong hands. You'll feel great when you occasionally pick up pots with air when you're bluff check raising. Just make sure you don't use it too often, and when you're just starting out playing poker, only use check raising for value. Okay, great. Let's sum up what you've learned. You know that check raise is a play that you use when you're out of position. You can use it either to extract value or as a bluff. It's a very situational play, and you need to have a decent knowledge about your opponent to use it as a bluff. You simply have to be quite sure it will work enough of the time to be profitable. The check raise allows you to get more money in the pot when you have a big hand. You shouldn't often try to check raise very wet boards where you cannot afford to give a free card. Using the check raise makes you more unpredictable, it makes your opponents bluff you less, and it protects your checking range. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and post them below, and I'll be sure to answer them as best as I can. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to watch more videos like this in the future. This video is part of a complete poker course dedicated to beginner and casual players that teaches the fundamentals, the most basic principles and strategies of No Limit Texas Hold'em. If you want to become a winning poker player, check it out at Udemy and Skillshare. The links are in the description of this video.